implemented in your business? How has it helped? What's going on?
Maybe I take little time, Chinmay, but I really want to put it in a steps. Is that fine?
What?
I'll take a little bit time, 2 minutes time, but I want to put my learnings in steps. Basically,
That's fine.
when I started the group, I wasn't sure if I would be ever doing something like this. I was,
Wow.
yeah, as we say, I had something in mind. I want to contribute, help people to grow, empower them, build a tribe. These sort of things was there in my mind, but I wasn't sure how exactly we will achieve this. I wasn't sure there are 10 steps or 20 steps. Nil, no idea. But I had the confidence to do something. But and I don't have any previous experience. So this is my first ever attempt to do something like this. So I'm really happy and glad that I found the right approach to learn things, because I never looked what are possible options I have, other courses, what they're teaching, nothing. This was the first. I mean, we were friends on Facebook from few years. There's something popped up in my Facebook, and it really interested me, and I'm very glad that I took that decision. So
I'm so
the
glad,
first,
Hari. And
yeah,
let me tell you
the
a
first,
secret.
yeah, the first few days, especially the courses when it started, I took my time to pick up. But now the homeworks that you made us to do gave us more clarity, and the Zoom sessions we uh, participated, and also I somehow feel the outcomes that we mention after the Zoom calls also make us to take actions, because we write what possible actions are meant, and that will really force us to take action. So that's my learning, Chinmay.
Fantastic. Awesome. Let me tell you a secret, Hari. The thing is, there is no one out there who teaches like me. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
bragging, but that's
yeah. I know. I know that. That's exactly why I'm so happy.
okay. I'm so glad you and I connected the right time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I have been in this industry for 8, 9 years. I have bought, hey, Tulani. But there's so many people who's got very good knowledge. I
Mm,
I know for a fact that it is not about the content. It is how you teach.
yeah, yeah.
I have several coaches. I have a coach for my relationship. I have a coach for my spirituality. I have a coach for my sports. Now I know not now, but I had a coach for sports. I have a coach for what is I doing business? For for me to create my own courses, I have a coach. Can you
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
I coach you how to build online courses, and I have a coach on how to build online courses? So
That's amazing, amazing. I mean, you make a lot of preparations. I can see that, Chinmay. That's where we want to learn one step by step, not you know completely, but step by step. You also want to learn the approach, what mistakes we make, how to overcome that barrier. So I'm also observing and learning. So it's a nice
good, well
journey.
done,
So
fantastic, well done. You're in the right place. You're in the safe place. Good. So just wanted to heads up. So what I noticed is when I saw Hari post his videos, I quickly alarmed into my head is that if all the 80 people would post videos, then the group would get overcrowded by videos in the streamline. Then some people would miss out on important announcements and important videos, which I want to share. So that's why I created a separate space in the group for you to share your videos. Okay. And remember, I thanks to Hari, we are able to see that because of Hari's eagerness to prepare videos, he is asking, he is engaging, and he is creating so many videos back to back, like 5, 7, 8 videos easily. That's I want that level of commitment and action from every one of you. So when every one of you achieve that, I want you to post your questions in the group. Hari, I want this
yeah,
is now for you, Hari. Now,
yeah,
I want everyone to benefit from the group is saying, "Hey, Chinmai, I made this 5 minute video. I only got 3 views. Can you tell me what's wrong?
yeah,
Hey, I created a group. I only got like 4 group members. Yeah, how can I promote it better? When you ask me such questions, then I can directly add value.
Sure, Chinmay, we'll ask.
So that is how I want you to make use of this advantage in these 10 days. So that's the best way, the fastest way for you to grow. Because trust me, I know you want to do your alpha launch. Do the alpha launch in your group.
Yeah.
And there is a mechanism to do alpha launch. Hey, Saroj, welcome. And so that's why. So before we do alpha launch, before we do beta launch, there's one thing which you need to do to do anything with your group. Okay, this is something which this is the right time to right day to teach you that. So I created a new video, 3 videos for day 7. I hope you have all watched it. If you have not, you can watch it afterwards. Saroj, you said there was audio missing in one of the videos. I don't seem to have seen it. Where do you feel there was an audio missing?
In the video 2, Chinmay, in the video 2,
yeah,
you have a slides and you have a small window where you explain the the points. So for first 2 points there is no audio. There's only video, but there's no audio.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, there's a delay. Sorry, there's a delay.
Yeah. There's no audio in the beginning.
For how long is there no audio?
I think I did put it in the text about 137 or 13.
Oh, you mean that's the minute? Is the time?
Yeah, so from 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I'll go check that. Okay, perfect. I'll go take a look. The second video.
It's like I thought I was watching it in the garden, and I thought, is it something wrong with me? And then I came back and looked on the computer, and I thought, oh no, it is.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I was trying something new there, so probably there was a delay in the software I'm using to record my videos. There's a delay of maybe a couple of seconds, or maybe more. I don't know. I'll take a look. I thought there was audio.
Just over a minute.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Good.
Maybe in the end of the session, Chinmay, you can just give some tips like what's the best way to prepare such a video.
Oh, okay. You want to know how to make videos? Okay, it's simple. Get a good what do you call that? Webcam.
Okay.
You know what? I'll do that today. Actually, it's my fault. I have said twice I will do it. I've not done it. So immediately after the call, I'll do it. I'll post a link, a unit for tools and resources, and I'll list basic stuff which you can get started. But they won't be free. Some will be, but not all will be free. You will have to invest a little bit. Okay. When you have the right equipment, it'll really help. Elizabeth, have you managed to use the tools? Did it help? Did it work? I'm curious to know. Can you hear me, Elizabeth? Hello? She's not able to.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? How are you doing?
Okay, I'm not able to set it up yesterday because I had a lot of baking in when I get there in the evening.
I know.
So, yeah, but I'm gonna sort it out today.
Okay, please do. Yes.
I wanted to do a little bit of a video with I record myself on my phone.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, Elizabeth, I want you to practice doing these videos whilst you're doing the baking.
Yeah.
Practice like you're teaching someone how to do it. I know you're doing it like you have your own process of doing it industrial speed, but I want you to explain that. Create these video libraries, because trust me, all of these are golden nuggets for your prospects, for your target audience.
Okay.
Okay. You don't need an audience to teach. Trust me, I have taught in a room filled with one person.
Wow.
You don't, so you can still teach. So even if there's no audience, it's okay. You can still teach, because the more you practice, the more you say it. When you say when you give instructions 5 times, 10 times, then you will notice, you know what? I can say this instruction in a better way. I don't have to tell them all these words. I can just say, do this. Then you are refining your own vocabulary, your you're getting comfortable with your own voice. You're getting comfortable by recording yourself on camera. So practice all these moments are very, very rare. You have to practice. Okay,
I'll start today.
please do, and
Okay.
send me your video. I'll review it. You're
Okay.
anyway
I will do that.
have me as your coach, so send me those videos. I'll review it.
No problem.
Good. Okay, so we have catch up. So I want you to today I made the seventh day was all about expectations and ethics. So there in the slide I spoke about how to set the indoctrination sequence. That is very powerful. I want you to watch it, because that is what I did here to an extent. Because when I do an indoctrination sequence for every product launch I do, because every member who comes in, they have to know whether they have to know who I am. Trust me. You know what? It's so shocking. I would have run a Facebook ad campaign last week. There would be 5 or 10 people who would have complained to me next day saying, "Why are you emailing me, Chinmai? I am spamming. I'm going to report to authorities." I'm like, hello, you put in your email address. What are you talking about? Please unsubscribe. They forget, because the indoctrination sequence immediately will at least remind them that they gave. Then I give them an option to unsubscribe. Tell them, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I teach. If you're not happy with it, here's a button. Please unsubscribe. If you do decide to stay, this is what you will get. Damn, then I get their engagement. I get their open rates high. I get my click-through rates high, because I nail them who I am immediately on the first couple of engagements. So similar, it's the same process, whether it's email or it's a video, it's a YouTube video, or it's a Google group. You have to have your own indoctrination sequence. So go through the video which I've created, watch it, and if you have any questions, ask me. Submit your homework. So you can write your own sequence. Like, I'm going to talk about this, like give your own sequence of indoctrination sequence, and ask a question if you have, and I will review it. Is that instruction clear?
Yes, it's clear, Chinmai.
Okay. The next thing is you have to set your own agreements. These are my agreements. You can use them if you want, but you can apply it your own, like depending on your subject. You might want to add something additional to specific to yours. Like you might say you are going to agree that you're going to clean your saxophone every day. I don't know, like something like that. You're not gonna throw it in the corner. You're gonna treat it with respect. Things like that. And you're gonna clean your kitchen every day. Things like that. So that way you're agreeing to some agreement, like you're setting the rules. You don't have to do that. These are just top of the head suggestions.
I think that's a good suggestion. I hadn't thought about those agreements before, but it's good, because I know that it was clear in the group when you said we must participate, right? Do homework, ask questions, interact with you. And I think that's made our participation group much smoother, because we know what's expected of us. We're not confused. Yes. So I think agreements are important. An
agreement is good. I have agreements with my wife. I have agreements with my team members, because these are the policies. I have strict policies with my wife, so that it's something the first time I did a policy with my wife, policy and agreement is the same word. Don't get confused. I might interchange these word meanings. Agreement sounds nice. Policies sounds good, but I just interchange them. So don't get confused when I say, what is policies? What did Chinmai say policy? It's the same thing. Okay. So me and my wife did a policy 2 years ago. We went to a nice resort. We took 4 or 5 days off, and we sat by the beach, and we wrote down our policies of what we will bring to the table, how we will use our money, how we will use our time together, and how we will how we will manage our holidays, resources. Like simple, like it's a very concise 1-page document. We just wrote it and we just signed it, and it's hung on our bedroom. That's a policy.
It was not who's making lunch and dinner, huh?
No, those are very tiny details. That's when most of the people sit there. It's all those, when you focus on the tiny details is when you know you're not focusing on the game.
Yeah, true. And you also refine those agreements.
Yeah,
Chinmay?
yes, we do review it, but we haven't had a chance to review it. So we have to now make new agreements with the little one. But those agreements are there because that's what gives us freedom. Like, for example, I think we are testing out some new agreements now. Like we are very bad with budgeting. We used to be very bad with finances. Like we are in the last, I hired a finance coach in the last 3 months, and immediately our accounting, everything came up to speed. The way we managed our expenses just immediately went under control. And we were like, why didn't we do this before? Yeah, I know. Like, you see, you need to fix one area of your life, get a coach. Simple. So yeah, so we did that immediately. Our expenses came into order. We got thing, and we have our example is, if we have to spend on credit card, we take prior approval from each other. That's one agreement. No matter how small the amount, doesn't matter. I have to ask her, can I make this purchase? Even if it's £1, doesn't matter. Any credit card purchases, it has to be. Only exception is if it's an emergency, like tire needs to be changed on the road. I have to pay for garage for something emergency, like diesel ran out and I had to fill and I don't have my cash thing. So those are the only exceptions I can use a credit card without her approval, or she can use without my approval. Those are the policies we have. Like, see, that's how we live. And you think, why? It's all for silly things. So have ethics, have policies. Ethics are what? It's the set of laws you have agreed for the pro survival of the group. So me and my wife and my daughter is a family group. So this group is another group. So me, you are part of a 10-day Launchpad group. So you have mini groups. So have ethics, define them, so that you know, if some group, like you might be do you remember a time when you were a member of a group but you didn't like them? Like you were like, oh, I don't like going to those meetings. Initially you liked, but then later on you started to distance yourself.
That happened enough times for me.
Enough times, right? That's because there was a conflict of ethics. You didn't know why. There were some things you didn't like, some things you liked. So now, if you have a defined set of ethics, you can ask the other group members before joining, hey, do you have a code of ethics? If they don't have, then you're like, okay, then how do you know what is good for the group and bad for the group? And if they say, you know what, the leader decides, then you know it's a messed up group.
So the agreement on ethics would be the same, yeah?
Yeah, ethics, yes. Agreement is the implementation of ethics. Ethics is a concept. So agreement is the implementation of ethics. So like, you have been to groups where everything revolves around one person's decision. So one person will decide, oh, this is good, that is bad, this is good, that is bad. Have you been to such position?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's because they don't have ethics. They don't have ethics. It just depends on one person. If they have an ethical code, if they have agreements, then everyone would know what is good and bad. No one had to tell you. No one had to remind each other what is good or bad. Do you understand? So when they don't have it, then you know it's not a good group. It's a toxic group because one person decides what is good or bad. Okay. So you'll start getting smarter about leading your life with clarity. Okay, so that's how I want you to lead your team, your group, your tribe, your clients. You need to be the shining star for your clients, so they get inspired by you. Okay, so I was talking about engaging, about promoting your group, about engaging in your group, and about teaching in your group. So the next one is 8, 9, 10. The next 3 days is all about that, because it's the 10 days. So, and remember, the promise of the 10-day Launchpad is that you will have a tribe with people who will listen to you, who you have helped. If you can't sell them your advice, you can't ask for money. If no one will listen to your one advice, why will they even pay you? Do you understand? The pre-agreement for money to transfer is that they have to agree to your promise and they have to have the confidence that they can improve. Definition of money. What is the definition of money?
Promise backed by confidence.
Promise backed by confidence. So is everyone there, or the video's off? So are you watching Netflix, or are you here? Where are you?
Here.
Yeah.
Manjit is here.
Oh, ma'am, yeah, my video's
Oh,
on.
here,
Sorry.
Silvana is there. I don't know where is Saroj. Hari, are you here? I can't hear you.
Yeah. We are absolutely here, Chinmay.
Okay, good. So I want you here. I want your attention here.
Yeah.
Hi, Elizabeth. Good. Okay, so the next three days is all about engagement, attention, because you can have in today's world, trust me, you can come up with a cure for cancer, you can come up with a cure for immortality, like you're not cure, sorry, the agent for immortality. No one will believe you. No one will even listen to you.
Diabetes can be cured, but no one believes that now.
Yes,
Then it can be
that's
cured.
what I agree. No one will believe you. So it's so whose responsibility is it? Imagine you're sitting at home and you have the one cure which will cure all illnesses, but whose responsibility is it if nobody listens to you? Whose fault is it?
It's my fault.
Yes, it's your fault. Exactly. If nobody listens to me, if I might have the best strategies for launching your program online, if no one listens to me, whose fault is it? My fault, right? So you have to make sure your communication is right. So what's the first phase? And let's share the screen. I'll do the screen. So do you have any questions on what we shared, what was covered until all these time, like all the days until the 7th day? I don't know if you have watched the video. It's my bad. I uploaded it pretty late, but have you got
Yeah,
any
I have a question. I could not see the banner or the template where to make that banner. I searched.
It's inside unit 5, like day 5, Manjit.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the banner.
It's in the units, Manjit. I'll share my screen and show it to you. You can see it. What I would recommend is, Manjit, you have to spend some time exploring the group, looking at all the tabs and identifying what's happening where, clicking and exploring and learning how Facebook groups, so that you can make the most use of this group.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's different on mobile. I know it's different on laptop. So what I would recommend is keep your mobile open and your laptop open and see what you're seeing on the same tab. Click on units on the mobile, click on units on the laptop, so that you know what is where. So that you can access the same information from any device, so that you're getting more and more intelligent, more and more techno friendly. Because trust me, if you're going to be teaching on Facebook group, if you're going to be creating your tribe on Facebook group, you have to learn Facebook groups. Else you will have to spend more money to create your own membership site. Your choice. You want to learn, you want to spend more money and you want to learn a more complex system, or you want to spend little time every day and learn Facebook group.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to learn Facebook group, right?
We'll have to learn, yeah, for sure.
So you have to spend the time, like, because this is very important. You can pay someone to do all the technical hard work for you, but you know what? It will not work until you put in the effort. Because I know that in 2016, 17, 18, I had an marketing agency business. So I sold about $620,000, something like that, of done for you services, where I would design their funnel, I would build their funnel, I would launch their funnel, I would do the business, everything. I would do all the graphics, design, everything, and give it to them. They paid like $15,000, $20,000 each project. most of the clients didn't get the results, and very few got huge results. And I started feeling bad for myself. I was like, oh my God, I'm so bad. I thought I was out of ethics. But then I realized it's not just my fault. It was my fault that they did not learn how to use the systems. So I know that my fault was I gave them a too steep a gradient product. Someone who has never posted an article on WordPress, if I give them a 20-page WordPress website, they're going to go crazy. So I didn't know the gradient approach there.
Yeah.
So it was my fault, but it was equally their fault. So you can, even if you, let's say, Manjit, you have funds to invest on someone to do it for you. But if you don't take the time to learn it, to get comfortable with it, then you will always be dependent on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a way to run a business.
Mm-hmm.
There are few things you have to dominate.
Uh-huh.
That's yours. Okay, so you have to put in the time there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you have any other questions before we go into the topic of the day?
I do. My question is, in my niche, there are actually very few groups on saxophone on Facebook.
Okay.
So I have to look at finding other groups with related people to come to my group. That's it?
Correct. So look for doctors, look for broaden your thing, like broaden your target audience. It can be project managers working from home. Remember we did I don't know if you were there, we did the sweet spot.
Yeah, okay, I remember that training.
In that, look at the trends. The trends are people are looking for things to do at home. People are looking for entertainment. People are looking for.
Yeah. And you can play saxophone at home. Yes, most people do.
Saxophone at home doesn't have to be doctors. It can be anything. But see, all these are marketing messages you need to nail. Give them what they want. Deliver what they need. So what they want can be doctors who want to relieve their stress. Can be parents who want to learn how to play music for the child. Can be a bored single person who wants to learn a new hobby. Can be anything. What they need is single song challenge and how they can impress. So the marketing messages, the Facebook ads can be different, but they all converge to the same point.
Okay.
So look for other groups. Like, hey, you can say, hey, have you played a saxophone? I remember the question I told you to ask just before this call. Ask them. So if someone says, oh man, I wish I could play, I don't know, it's very hard. Oh, okay, good. Like I can help you if you want. I can send you a message if you want. Those are those are smooth. You can't just say, oh, join my group. Immediately they will know the intention of asking the question was to join your group. So you have to say, oh, okay, if you like to learn, then let me know. Then I can send you a direct DM. I can send you a DM on how you can get started. If they want, they will send you. If they don't want, they won't.
Okay, no problem.
So ask those questions. So what we have is the audio quality better today?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you much better.
Yeah, the mic is on top.
Okay.
So I got a mic holder before this was on the table.
Ah.
So even even like quarter, this much, like what 10 centimeter difference can made a difference in how my voice is.
I also want to order one for myself, Chinmay. I'm also looking.
Good. What I'll do is I'll recommend some tools and equipment today, and I'll put it in the list in the units. So you can choose based on your budget. You can choose whatever you want.
Your lighting looks different as well, Chinmay. The lighting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it brighter in there? Or?
It's too bright.
And
I also,
it looks more greyish. Maybe it's the way the curtain is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a curtain. It's the light. It's coming in. And also, I invested in a nice light. So if you noticed my video, which I did day 7, it was much crisper and nicer compared to other videos.
Okay.
It's because I have a I bought a new light similar to what Elizabeth has. So
Okay.
that gives more crispy look on the camera. Because see, the thing is, there are so many people doing this now. There'll be even more people doing it. So the only, yes, you have to compete for attention. Yes, you have to compete for content. But remember, at the end, only one thing will win. How you made them feel.
Can I say something?
Yes.
The reason I wasn't on the call was because remember you told me to do that Facebook Live?
Yeah.
Well, I've had a connection just from that one Facebook Live,
Wow.
and I've just had, because we do the EMF shields, yeah, and he's just messaged me and wants more information, and it could be an order for over 1,000.
Wow. Oh my God.
So if I get all the correct information to them, their technical data, then basically that could be a pretty promising connection.
I know it is a pretty promising thing. Wow. I'm so happy for you, Saroj. Wow. Well done. Congratulations.
So sorry if I missed earlier.
Good. I'm glad. I am glad. See, you did one
Congratulations.
Facebook Live. I didn't tell you how to do Facebook Live, but it was not what I told you to do. It is you were in this group. You were in the presence of other people. So your creativity came up. You knew what to do at the right time. You got even more clarity with all the lessons we were going through, who you want to talk, what words you need. All of that came in. But then you didn't needed me to tell you do Facebook Live. It was you. You would have done it regardless of me telling you.
But I think it was the fact that on that point, it was like I felt I needed to do more or have the Facebook page ready or the images and like that detail ready. I thought no. Today I'm going to talk about health, wealth, and immunity. And because I mentioned it, I didn't even tag it in the description. I just spoke. And
See,
then that's how he connected with me.
you've been doing Facebook Live for so long and people didn't get your message. When we narrowed down your message, who you want to work with, and you came up with your health, wealth, and immunity. Nobody, you came up with your own self, right? When we said it's important to get the focus right, because there's so much of people doing live now. It's just noise. But you have to stand out. So the small things, small details make you stand out. And I'm so happy that
I didn't focus too much on it. I'm going to listen back to what I said, and I'm just thinking.
Good.
So
Yeah, something worked there. So see, everybody listens
I've got
to
to
just
take the
the
call
first-
now. Sorry, call.
Okay, business call. Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure. Okay, good. Okay. So remember, it's what you do every day consistently, it rewards. Based on where you are in the gradient, you get the rewards of where you are, of what you deserve.
Yeah.
Wait, let's go to engagement. So I want to talk about engagement. Like, so let's say you have your group. Oops. Oops. Where is the eraser? So we have your group members, which we have here. Okay. So you get your group members, So you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members joining you. Okay.
Okay.
Now think of this before you start communicating. So this is you. Oops. Okay, this is you. And you're so excited that you want to teach, you are just going and teaching straight away. You're teaching, you're coming up with several videos, infographics, banners, posts, links. They are bombarded. They are scared. Okay. So it doesn't work because you have experienced that, Hari. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Mostly everyone likes, all the group members likes, but there's no action.
There's no action. You're lucky that they're liking you. That must be out of pity. Trust me. I know a pity like when I see one.
Okay. Yeah. I also think the same way.
I know it's a pity like. I know. I have seen a lot of pity.
Or just to encourage the new, what do you say? the new team members just try to encourage. So that's how I treat, because only if there is any action, then I'll be more happy and I see some progress.
Exactly. In this field, if someone tells you did a great job, it means nothing. Did they buy from you? No. Then like their words are not going to fill your stomach. They're not going to pay your bills.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the harsh reality.
But I'll be happy at least if there is any progress. But for now, I don't see any progress. So I think I need to do something to engage the new group members, or maybe I need to understand them basically first. So
yes, so you need to first understand them. Fantastic, rightly said. You have to engage. You have to. How would you, if you meet someone for the first time, how would you get to know that person? What would you do to get to know the person?
We just ask like, where are you from, like what you do, or what is your passion, what is
you ask questions.
Yeah, we ask questions. Yeah.
Good. What type of questions do you think you can ask your group members? This is for everyone on the team. Imagine you are just
basically I was planning to prepare some polls, Chinmay. So I listed few 3 to 4 set of questions, but I wasn't confident, and I also saw that your post, like your video, and it was also having the same topic, so I withhold and did not post the polls. So basically the questions, what made them to think and join the group, or what was the
I'll tell you what questions to ask. I'll give you an example. The questions, I think this is covered in tomorrow's class about what polls to ask, what type of questions to ask.
Okay.
Now this is all about
little dots are the people.
Yes.
Okay. And the arrow is your message.
Yes, you're teaching, and they are scared. They're just shut off. Now, what you need to do is very simple. Is the key thing is you have to. It's the way you communicate. Have you seen people who come on Facebook Live who say, "Hello, Facebook, how are you?"
Yes, absolutely.
Do you feel connected?
No.
Okay. There is this golden law of communication, which I'm going to teach you now.
Okay.
The golden law of communication. Once you know it, you will hate me, because you will be able to identify a good speaker. You'll be able to identify what a great speaker and a bad speaker in everyone. So you will start telling, Chinmai, damn you, because of which I can't enjoy my favorite speaker. Okay. If that favorite speaker doesn't obey the golden law. Okay. Are you ready to take that risk?
Yeah.
Okay. The rule is it's always I to you.
Okay.
That's the rule. What it means is, let me tell you. Wait, let me make this big so I can play with it. Okay. Okay, that's why. So I, and then to you. You always speak to I to you. That's the golden rule of communication. You break that, you don't have communication.
I to you, in a sense, is it you are referring to one-on-one, or like what is that?
Doesn't matter. Whether it's one person, whether you're talking to one person, or you're talking to 500 people, or you're talking to, or you're emailing one person, or you're emailing a group of people, doesn't matter. You always refer I to you.
You have to imagine you're speaking to one person.
Yes.
One person, and don't use pronouns like we or us or anything. Speak as though you're speaking to a friend over the phone, even though you're speaking to the lens.
Yes, it's I to you. So you have to use words like I to you. That's it. There's nothing else. Like, I will take responsibility. Look at Steve Jobs' speech. He takes out a phone and he says, I have a product for you. Everyone in the world knows It was not him who developed the product. There were manufacturers, there were designers, there were coders, there were manufacturers who brought that product. But he would say, I have a product for you today. Watch his speeches, his product launches. Watch Hitler's product, his not product launch, Hitler's
What's his
speeches.
name? Chinmai is Steve Jobs. What's his second name?
Steve Jobs, Jobs, Steve Jobs.
Okay, I wrote that. I wasn't sure. Okay.
Good. Okay, good. So all these great speakers, Martin Luther, I have a dream.
Yes, to you, I have a dream.
I have a dream. Or he wouldn't say, we have a dream. No, nobody would care about we have a dream. So when you want to communicate with your group members, when you come on Facebook Live, you have to say, hi, how are you today? This is Chinmai Swamy. I'm here. If you're watching this video, you're inside the you. I would have mentioned you so many times.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask, how are we doing today? How's everybody? It doesn't connect.
Yeah.
The best way to understand it is if there are 100 people in the room. If you say, if it's like, okay, forget that. Let's say you go on a date with your partner or your spouse, and you sit in the front of that partner in front of you, and you say, how are we doing? How is everybody? Would you ask that to that person?
No, you said, how are you?
How are you? So if you ask how is everybody, that person will be like, what? Who is everybody? Because everybody listening to you is one person. They listen through them. Remember, everybody cares about themselves. So they listen to you as you're speaking to them. So even if you're writing an email which is being sent out to 500 people, you can say, hi, how are you? Because the person reading it is one person. So the posts you post, the polls you ask, the questions you ask, the videos you make, it has to be I to you. Without that, you don't have a communication link. How many times I would have wanted to listen to my favorite speaker. The moment I watch that person say, hello, Facebook, how are you? I just shut off. I'm like, I don't care what you teach next. I don't care. I know you're not a good speaker. You might have great content, but you don't know how to speak. I just cut off. Well, that is me. So you have to learn how to communicate clearly.
But he did address by saying, how are you?
Who?
Hey, Chinmay?
Who addressed? Sorry.
Just now you said, you told the person you're not interested because he said, how are you?
No, he said, how is Facebook?
Oh, right.
When somebody asks, how is Facebook? How are you, Facebook? Like, who's Facebook here? I'm not Facebook. Okay. And they would, like, you would have seen some master ceremonies jumping into the room. How is everybody today? Like, who's everybody?
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn I to you. Even if you go on TV, you go on news, you say, how are you today? I hope you're having a great time with your family. And I'm so glad you're listening to this TV episode. I know how important it is to spend your time. And I'm so grateful that you're taking this moment to spend this time with me. And I hope to make it better. Today, I have some very important message for you, which will really help you to enhance your health. You see, you want to listen to more I say after I say it like this.
Yeah. I maybe I'll try this search in my, because all these days.
Yeah. All these days.
I was doing some video libraries, and I used to refer like "Good morning, friends" or "Good morning, everyone." So
okay,
that is my starting line. But yeah, this makes sense. So I need to change
a
few things.
Good, do that. How are you is a very important thing, and ask questions. First thing in the morning, ask questions, and stop posting other links. They have come to learn from you. Don't send them somewhere else.
No. That is for the music.
I'm not saying you are doing. I'm saying anyone. If you have learned a blog, if you like some books, let them learn through you.
Yeah.
You're not a railway junction. You are a destination to them.
Yeah.
They have
But
come to you.
but what if there is some good music, good beats that
If they
can
ask,
start.
you have asked several times, and then I've decided, you know what, I'll share you where to buy mics and where to buy things.
Okay, got you.
The tools and resources are different. If you have your own, what I would recommend is create a YouTube channel, add those songs into your own playlist, and share your playlist.
Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Create if you like that's what I would do. I have a list of all these I'm a great cook. I love cooking. So I have recipes of all these other people's cooking. So I have my own playlist of recipes I love. So if someone asks, I'm not going to send them their link. I'm going to send them my playlist link, which has their link anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's more organized one. Yeah.
I don't know how to share your playlist link to anyone. Could you do, is that quite easy to do?
It's very easy. Like you go to your playlist and there'll be a share button.
Okay.
There's a share button, yeah.
Share button. That's all. Simple. So I to you is very important. So then the next question is, if you want them to think, I'll give you an example. Every one of you have, I'll show you. Every one of you have experienced it. Oh, sorry. Oh, people are waiting. Oh, where is that? Oh, Elizabeth. Okay. Oh, I thought he didn't let me know that people are waiting. Okay, good. I'll share something. If you miss out this one word, you won't get real data. I did this experiment today and I will show it to you. Inside the group, I asked a poll. I created a poll and I shared with you, if you remember that.
Yeah. This morning, right?
This morning, yes.
Yeah.
Because that poll is of no use to me. I'll tell you why. The data I have gained from the poll is of no use, is zero value.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Let's go to, I'll show you. If you are able to see my screen.
Yeah.
Where is it? This one. What is important for you right now? Can you see this? Pretty much, apart from one, until now, recently, everything is the same. There is only one person extra voted for new members in the group. Until now, all three were having same votes. So I'm like, so you see, if this question missed one word, that's why I got skewed data. But compared to other ones, compared to the previous, I'll show you that before I go there. So what do you think? What word did I miss here?
Is it how you can get?
No, I can't edit it. Okay, I can't edit. I thought I could edit. Okay, that doesn't matter. It's what is the most important for you right now?
Yeah. Okay.
What is most
important
for you right now?
What is the most? Okay.
Not what is most important for you right now? If I'd asked you that, you would have thought for a second before choosing your pick.
Honestly, Chinmay, when I read it, I interpreted as if you are asking for that, like what is the most important.
Okay, good. So you're one of very few, but majority wouldn't think that.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, that's.
Well, sorry, Harry. I thought it was one, but then I clicked two lots because. So.
What's most important? That's fine. But the most important means you would read it as what is the most important. So when you ask questions in your group, when you ask polls, not just polls, even when you send out a questionnaire for anything, if you want someone to give you an honest answer, use the word most in it. It's like if let's say your clients come, they buy your product, they're happy. If you ask them, how was it? Oh, it was very good. It was very good. That answer is useless. But if you ask them, what did you find most helpful in this product? they will actually think, oh, you know what? Actually, when I emailed you, you helped me out with this question. That's what I found most helpful. You're like, what? Of all the things you got, you found that I responded to your email as the most helpful thing. Wow, I didn't know that. You will find out things which you never found by asking the most questions. So that's something that's how I want to show you. So that poll is cute. That data is not that helpful, but I did that on purpose to show you how if you miss out the most, you don't get the real data. Okay, so now how are you going to apply I to you in your business?
In all communications.
Okay, give me an example. Give me an example.
Like a video you prepare, or long posts, or when they come, welcoming the new team members, and when they ask questions, so you directly ask as if you are asking for an individual, not as a team or a group. And feedback, when we ask for a feedback, ask as if you are asking an individual, not as a generic feedbacks. So ask for a specific. So these are the things that comes to my mind.
Yes. Well done. Okay. Who else? Who wants to go next? What else how will you apply this ITU?
I think when I address somebody or a group of people, I'll be focusing on the you, like more I to you. So like I'm not going to say hi, I'm going to be more aware of when I say you, and speak more directly, even into the camera. I think that's what I'll be doing, because I think one of the challenges, I'm not sure if anybody else has come across this, but when I'm looking at the screen, I tend to look at the screen, not the camera, and I
have the same problem. Don't worry about that.
So somebody told me that that's what you should do.
I know. Don't worry about that. I also look at the screen I like to see myself, but also doesn't matter. So I like to see what I'm doing. So I want to see if I'm doing something silly or stupid. Or it's okay. Those things people are less forgiving for those. Sorry, people are more forgiving than.
Lolly. He's doing it now. So he goes, you got to look at the screen like that now if you're talking to somebody.
Yeah, that would be
No, it's...
Can you hear me? Yes. Yeah, that will be yes. Don't do that.
Well, that's what you said. You want to look at the camera, so you look at the camera.
So that's how I'll use it. I'll be more aware, I think, and how if I'm sending an email or a message, actually the conversation I was having was actually, they wanted that contact for the other person. And I'm saying, well, I'll be speaking to you, not the other person. That's who I need to speak to. So yeah, that's how I'll use it. Thank you.
That's very good. I mean, for me personally, the way I use it is to actually, speak to a person for you and I. I also realize that it's important to have a conversation, to actually think of them as a real physical character. Because in my niche, the only real gap is that people are not speaking personally, emotionally to people. In fact, what they do is they start teaching right off the bat. With the exception of maybe one or two players, that's how, music is simply taught. In other words, as soon as you're a beginner, the assumption is you need a whole lot of information because you know nothing, right? So they just swamp you with it. And some have been successful with it, but I think it's about talking to people and asking them questions and making them feel like a real human being and that they actually have something to give to the process. And I think that's the biggest takeaway I've taken from what you've taught so far today.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you. Then how else will you use ITU?
Because I'm in music.
So who else? Elizabeth, Manjit, how are you going to use ITU?
Yeah, I would use it for asking them about their health or nutrition. What have you had?
Good.
Yeah. And What
And how would you use the word most?
the word most? Well, what is your most favorite food?
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. Now that will build relationship. That will build intimacy. Because that person will think, will look deep down into their mind and bring out an answer which only they knew.
Yeah.
Okay. So if let's say you met a friend after a long time, or you have like kids when they come home from school, or your partner come home from office, and you ask, how's your day? What answer do you think you'll get?
It was okay.
It was okay. It was good.
A
Right?
flimmy answer. Yeah.
That's a bullshit answer. That answer has no meaning. But if you ask, hey, what was your most fascinating part of today? Hey, what was the most memorable part of today? Hey, what was most interesting part of today? They'll be like, that something happened in my school. Something happened at work. See, that's how you build intimacy. So most is a very powerful question when asked right.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you keep asking a lot, it'll just
Most
look overcrowded, but ask at the right time. Like 1 or 2 most questions in a conversation is good enough. But that's a nice way to open up a conversation. If they answer a most question to you, they have opened up their mind to you. That's your first gate into them. They have expressed themselves to you. By them saying, it is good, I'm good, my life is good, everything is okay, that's not expressing. That's a defense mechanism to say, go away. Right? They're telling me to, like, I can't tell you on the face, but just go away, leave me alone. But if you ask, hey, what was the most memorable moment of the lockdown for you? I have to think. You see, they have to think.
Can I just, something I've just thought about. So, like when you're speaking to somebody and you're asking them lots of questions, they want to ask you lots of questions. It's just a thought. What if you could ask them, what's the most important question you'd like to ask me? Because they might have,
I know.
because they might have a whole array, and then now you're asking them to analyze in their head what's really important to you right now.
Very smart. Well done. Very smart. Yes. Okay, good. So we'll wrap up today. So I want to tell you, so you've got your wins. What is your most win from today?
Addressing the I to you. How to
I
address
to
the
you.
person.
How will that help you? See, your wins, you should see, the reason why I want you to connect the wins to your implementation is because if you just tell me what you have learned, it is of zero value to you.
Yeah.
Because if you tell me how we will implement what you have learned, then you will implement it.
Yeah.
So that's why I ask you, when your wins, you have to be very sure. Oh, I learned this, which is going to help me go from A to B, which is going to help me create this book. It's going to help me market and get me more leads. I know that. Help me get more sales. So because then it'll help me to send that email I've been waiting to send for a long time. It'll help me to make a phone call, which I've made to do, because you're committing to yourself. Because on this call, my intention is to give you clarity. The moment you get clarity, you already know at this moment, the moment you got clarity, you're like, I can do that now, or I can do this better now. You would have immediately felt those moments of clarity.
Yeah. It's making the other person feel important, yeah, that they are valued.
Yes. So when you write the win, when you share the win, I want you to connect the things which you learned and how you will apply it. Connect both of them. Okay, so what is your win? Who wants to go next?
How to interact with the more personalized.
Okay, and how will that help you, Manjit, when you interact on a personalized level?
Yeah, you're going to create a relationship with that person who would then say, yeah, I think I can become more personal with this and share my pitfalls or my concerns of health. Yeah.
Yes.
Ready to kind of offload to you on on their private matters. Yeah. Which
Well
they
done.
probably don't want to share with the group sitting there.
Well done. Okay, good. Then what else? Who else wants to go next?
Well, for me, it was about. Go ahead, Harry.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, so both of you are not going to share.
Okay, I'll start then. I have 2 points, Chinmay. One, importance of reminding the the ethics or the policies or whatever. So maybe few new team members need some explanation or need to understand that correctly and need to respect that rule. So that is something I'll try to frame. I'll not build a huge list. I will just keep it 5, which is also uh, in my group's name, high 5. So I just want to keep all those simple list and
Wow, very smart.
try to signify to the new team members, and maybe once in a week I just try to create a small video explaining them how important it is. So that's my key takeaway. And second one is the engagement. So maybe the information, too much information is also not good. So I will try to make it crisp, and I just want to create excitement in the team members. So I'm trying to find my own way how I can create an excitement among the team members. So I'm currently working on it, Chinmay. So
Okay,
maybe,
what do you mean by excitement?
okay, let's
Define
say
what is excitement.
you
How do you know your team member is excited?
exactly. So you give us homework, or you give us videos, so that excites us. So we quickly go to the videos, see and mark it done, and just see, is there any homework, is there any action that we need to perform. So that is the kind of excitement I realized in myself. So I just
Wow.
want to see what else I can give to the team members, so that they eagerly wait for that information. And it should not be like a push kind of information. They should be like they should ask for that information. So I'm just trying to figure out those things. I don't know yet, but so next 2 days I'm going to spend my energy in that.
Beautiful. Wow, nice. Okay, next, Tulana, you can go now.
Mine is really sort of connect with people to attract more to my group. I think this is a big thing, the you to I, speaking to them of why they love the saxophone, their favorite saxophone tracks, their favorite moments, solos, licks. Because strangely enough, why I got started in this is that every time I go and speak, I used to be a business consultant. People didn't care about the business consultant stuff. When they asked me, what else do you do? I play saxophone. People would stop and actually talk to me for a long time about the saxophone bit. And I said, you know what, I'm missing something here. So I believe getting them to emote, getting them to remember, right? Those moments when the saxophone moves them is very, very powerful. So the most and the you part, and that's what I'll be doing in my videos and my posts.
I to you, and your questions is most. You should have most questions.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll be covering this in more detail and giving you examples in day 8 word thing. So I want your homework from today to go watch day 7 videos and create your own ethics, your own guidelines, your own agreements on how you will govern your group, and write your own indoctrination sequence. That's your homework for today. Okay, do that first. After this call, I want you
go through that again, please, just one more time.
Watch the video, day 7 videos, and you'll get everything there. You have to do your indoctrination sequence, which is how would you introduce yourself, how would you set the right expectations from you. Then you will also define your agreements, propose your agreements to them, and how they will agree with you or not. So all of that is established in the first engagement. So define your design your indoctrination sequence. So
okay,
so do that and send me for review.
Okay,
good. So that's in the homework section. That's in the day 7. Day 7. Tomorrow I'll give you more examples on questions to ask, polls to ask, all of that. Okay, good. So do you have anything to share from today? No?
I was just going to say, I think every time I get on the call, you know, I may not do the homework as quickly as we are supposed to, but I feel like I'm having an impact on what I'm doing. It's sort of just slowly, every little bit of information is just dropping into the space, and I'm
Nice.
connecting it more easily, so it makes more sense. So, and
Nice.
when you hear of other people's experiences, it just really helps to just push it together. Basically, it's great.
Nice. Very
Thank you.
happy. Well done. Awesome. So you know what you need to do. You need to do you have 2 things after the call. You need to write down, create a post for your wins, and then do your homework and submit it. Are you going to do that? Are you going to agree to do that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good.
Yes. Yes.
So perfect. So
Yeah.
thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. I
Okay.
will watch it and I'll see you tomorrow. Have fun.
Bye.
And start marketing your
Bye,
group.
everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye bye.
Right.